Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters North America Regionals Top 16 decks, let's go! What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and today I have the NA Top 16 decks from last weekend. Yeah, it's only top 8 on the thumbnail. There is more. There are some very shocking surprises in this one, so I'm not gonna delay. First off, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons that buy us coffee. They keep this crazy content grind going. And guys, thanks a lot for support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And now, roll the video. Here it is, guys, the top 16. So, first off, 128 players the event capped. So if it's not a bigger number, that was the cap. 128, that's awesome to see. Live tournament, and the breakdown is still just top 8, so I will be reading all of this. First off, congratulations to everyone, and especially to first place Nick, who won with Panzino. Nick is one of our locals from the local Discord. Took the entire event undefeated with Panzino. Congratulations, amazing. Second place, Blue Bojack. It's the same player who keeps stopping with Blue Bojack constantly in America. So Blue Bojack, same player, keeps stopping. Doesn't mean that the deck is meta, but still it means that it's definitely up there. It's, well, I would probably call it the blue meta deck. It's definitely like the best one. Third place, Gamma Reboot. It's awesome to see Gamma in the top 16. Love this deck, not much to say. Various ways to build it, which is also very, very cool. And yeah, congrats. Fourth place, Nuova. So Nuova just keeps topping. Like, this is a deck that just keeps topping. This deck will not stop until it's touched or something, or until we get such a power creep with the next yellow deck. Fifth place is another Gamma, awesome to see. Sixth place is Adventure Coup. The green Bulma Goku deck got sixth place. That's the biggest shocker for me. Well, it's not. There's some crazy fucking decks here. But it being in the top 8, that's a massive shocker. Seventh place, U7, played by Sublet, the only player who plays U7 anymore in America. Once again, topping with the deck. Congrats. Then 8th place, Cell Reboot, the green meta deck, showing up in the top 8 again. Not much to say here. Cell Reboot. We all know this deck is insane. Then the other green meta deck is Nemegoku, 9th place. Congratulations, followed by another Nova and then another Nemegoku. So green had a decent representation at this one with its two best decks. 12th place, SSB Vegeta. So the big boogeyman went from being super dominant to being nowhere. So just 12th place. Still an accomplishment, congratulations, but we are no longer in the era where SSB Vegeta is just everywhere. And now, I know there's someone in the comments who's always like, where is this, guys? Where is this? 13th place, SSB Gogeta, the blue one from VT26. Blue Gogeta topped. Now we can all go and we can just retire happy. I am shocked. 14th place, Big Iron Broly. Big Iron, just the second best yellow deck. And then another shocker, which is like, okay, Damien, now you can definitely retire. Go just stick to doing Fusion World now. You've seen everything. Red Super 17 tops. Red Super 17 from BT26. What the fuck was this? Was this like a BT26 the tournament? We've got a lot of those here. So yeah, we will be checking it out. And finally, 16th place, Aegis Gogeta. So congrats, guys, and now let's check out the deck lists. Alright, guys, I am here with Deck Planet, the best deck builder in the world. And these results will be, they're not here at the time of filming the video, but they will be here on the meta tab. Go check it out anyway by the time that you're watching this. Let's start off with first place, Nick. Congratulations, Nick. Yeah, the Discord went fucking wild when Nick won. Like, it was a shocker for everyone, a pleasant shocker. So, let's check out Nick's list. So, it's Benzino. What do we have here? We have the standard promos. We have a card that's almost never used anymore. Dark Power Black Mask Saiyan. Yeah, it's been forever since anyone saw this card, but it's a 1 cost, it's a Self-Awakener, it's 15k attacker, that's pretty cool. Then we also have 4 copies of this Goku Overwhelm Crit. When he's played, draw 1. This is just so that you can keep applying crit pressure. 2 copies of SS4 Vegeta, Fainted Greeting, Hand Destruction, beautiful, love it to see. Love to see it, oh my god, yeah, Bardock, 3 copies of Bardock as your main Floodgate because it's black, Bandai hates Floodgates in black. And then 3 copies of the other Bardock because this is just a free negate. And 1 copy of Butt Crack in Space Time, just to, you know, become 30k double. And of course the SCR is Evil Saiyan. Here we have the Z deck with 2 copies of Father Son Solidarity. And then we also have the side deck. Congrats, Nick. Then we have second place Little Cletus's Blue Bojack again. So congrats. Let's see. You know me, I don't comment much on Bojack. Not because I think anything bad of the deck, but more because I absolutely fucking suck at it. Again, it is the standard build. Runs playsets of the new engine, new support, and then like some extra ramp with SS3 Vegito. And I think that's basically it. You go into Android 17 turning the tide, you win the game, or you just go into Beast Gohan. And then we have the Z deck here. And finally, the side deck. Congrats. Then we have third place, Spiffy Mix Gamma. Okay, so let's see what sort of a Gamma build is this one. Congratulations, by the way. And let us see. So, this man was told that he cannot, that Gamma is bad. And like, don't take this deck, and he took this very personally and got third place with it. So 3 copies of Cellmax, 4 SRs, 2 copies of the old one, the Ultimate Bio Android. This is a very good boss monster. Basically the entirety of almost the entirety of the Gamma package in playsets here. The super combos are not androids but Zenos instead. So Zeno is cool. Zeno helps you restand energy, which makes a lot of sense to run 4 Zenos if you're running 4 copies of Android Topo, because Android Topo is 2 energy. Being able to untap 1 is a possibility in the deck. Being able to untap 2 sometimes is a bit of an issue, which is where Zeno comes in to help. D-Magic, 2 copies of Android 18 Measureless Strength for your tutor and for, well, you don't need it for charging because the leader just kinda ignores. 1 Bad Omen to burn. 3 copies of Android 17 and 18 Limitless Energy. This is also very cool to see. When this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy and bottom deck it. Plays for only 2 energy. In old Gamma this was an energy exhaust ignore charge. This one doesn't have those problems, so you're having a big removal here. 3 copies of Clash, 2 copies of Droids to search, 1 Baby Hatch to buy a turn, 2 Golden Avengers. That is very surprising. This card has fell off a lot lately, so it's cool to see it. 2 Golden Avengers, 2 Baby Unisons, Yeah, 2 baby unknown parasite unisons. It's a big one. It draws a card. -5 is also pretty cool here. And then another counter with Goku Black. 3 counters in the deck. Man hates floodgates. And well, it's not just floodgates. It's also the spice. SS Son Goku Valiant Breakthrough. You can play him for free if you have a cell, and then you switch your opponent's last energy when you go for game. If you are fully untapped and they say like, okay, sparking counter, you do counter and win the game. Amazing. Then we have the Z deck here, and finally the side deck running 2 Vegetas for extra damage. One of the Gokus actually makes an appearance here. This is cool. More people are noticing this deck in Gamma. And you of course have your Trunks, Final Hope Slash, and other tech. Congratulations! Then we have 4th place World Champion Brian Samuels Nuova. Congratulations, Brian. So this deck I'm not gonna comment much because that's his standard Nuova build. Like that's the build that he always plays. So, and of course there was nothing new to actually update here. We're still waiting for anniversary box and everything else to come out. But yeah, probably the best Nuova build out there. Congratulations, mate. Also with the Z deck and of course the side deck. Then we have Magic Mouse 5th place Gamma. Congrats. Let's see how this version is different. Oh, I'm already seeing some spice that I'm absolutely fucking loving here. So we have the standard. Then we have 2 copies of Broly as your boss monster, because Broly is good in this deck. Yeah, he's super fucking expensive, but in this deck he's not as expensive. So you also run 4 copies of Gohan, because bullshit floodgate, absolutely bullshit floodgate. 1 bad omen to burn. This card makes an appearance again. Limitless energy, very interesting, is 1 copy. 3 Xenos, 1 Android. It looks like Americans are moving more towards the Xenos than just Androids for pure draw. And the spice, 3 copies of Team of Evil. 1 energy, you play it, you draw a card, and then you get to combo with it. With something, and then with it later on. Nice. And then we have the Z deck, finally the side deck. Congratulations. Then we have 6th place Random's Adventure Coup. Okay, let's check it out. So, what does he do? Well, it's basically the archetype. I think he plays everything except Roshi, right? What is the SR? Yeah, plays everything except Roshi. 4 copies of Dispo. 4 copies of Dispo here. Dispo helps you get your 1-drops with skills negated for the turn back from the drop. Other than that, we have all of the floodgates, all of the negates here possible. 3 Vegetas, of course, is your cantrip. 2 coolers. This is another one that has fallen off drastically. I have a very hateful relationship with this card, so I'm not gonna comment much. 4 copies of Father-Son Solidarity, best boss monster in the game. The SER is Adventure. So yeah, Adventure is also the SER here. Okay. 2 copies of Gohan SR. Gohan is also very, very sweet, easy to restand double striker, so KO something, that's pretty good. 2 copies of Majin Buu and 1 charismatic. So a lot of defense here. Congrats. And then we have the Z deck, also the Super Shenron, just to steal someone's shit. Not the normal Shenron. Z Unison. And then we have the Z deck. Congratulations, mate. Then we have Sublet's U7 deck. Congrats, Sublet. I think this is similar to Brian's. This is just the deck that he always plays. 4 copies of Janemba in this one, though I don't believe that it's usually 4, but I don't recall anymore. So Janemba is great. Janemba allows you to KO your opponent's shit, ignoring barrier, and Goku is the one who rests them, so that's huge. And then the rest is just standard. One copy of Belmont, that's cool. And then we have the Z deck with Rocket as a floodgate, and then we have the side deck here. Okay. So, yeah, you can't play battle cards, but you can tuck them under. If anyone asks, you can't play the battle cards, but you can have them in your deck. Then we have Pizza King's Cell Reboot. Congratulations. This is the hybrid color, the multicolored version, the one that looks more like the actual deck itself. Also running 4 copies of the big dude, 2 of the Gokus. This one is seeing more and more play in this deck. One of the other Gokus to rest and energy, and then the rest is standard. I am speeding up a bit, I don't want the video to be like 40 minutes. Then we have the Z deck here, and finally we have the side deck. Congratulations. Now what do we have next? Adam Miller's Namek Goku, the big play SRs. 8 drops dot deck, basically. You can see this immediately. First off, Man of Culture is running Celzino, the best SCR in the game. And then you have Solidarity, SS4 Gogeta, Ground Shaking, 3 copies of this absolute beast of a card. 25k double barrier, remove a marker for 1 energy, amazing. And then you get like more removal here and your defensive pieces. Yeah, if you're somehow new to the game, that is basically Namegoku. Namegoku just plays all barrier removals and all SRs possibly in green, and then just bombards you with them. And then we have the Z deck here, and finally the side deck. Congratulations. Now we have 10th place Beyond the Beats Nuova. Again, it's just Nuova. There is nothing nothing wrong with just saying that. It's more like the deck has been solved, so you know, what you see is what you usually get. Congratulations, we have the Z deck, and we have the side deck here with 1 unexpected turn. That's pretty dope. Then we have 11th place Dbscg's Namek Goku. This one is like the previous one, but this one actually runs a bit of spice in it, and that is just the 1 drop Trunks to help you search for Saiyans, cost 5 or less, and add them to the hand. This deck also runs 2 copies of Bojack and 1 copy of SS4 Goku, which creates blockers. Okay, and the SR is Adventure. I don't know what's with Adventure but here in America, but yeah, Adventure. Then we have the Z deck, and finally the side deck. Congrats. Now we have Kaio Chris's SSB Vegeta, showing that everything can happen in America, and Kaio Chris gets top 16. So let's check it out here. It's the man who talks about black all the fucking time, and then he's like Peter Dance, and then he shows up and plays something else. So black adjacent. So similar to when Peter plays Frieza and says like it's BT Golden Frieza BT1 adjacent. What do we have? It's basically the same. I am ranting a bit, not ranting, yeah, I'm just talking a lot because rambling. Because this is just, it's SSB Vegeta. We have seen this a million times. But he does have 4 copies of Innate Saiyan Power, double strike removal for 2 energy. You don't usually see 4 of them, so that's interesting. 5 copies of the multicolored check lens, and then the rest is basically the standard. And of course running the only correct SCR to play in the deck. And then we have the Z deck here, and finally the side deck. Congratulations, mate. Next we have SSB Gogeta, the one that probably a lot of people have been waiting for, and there we go. What's spicy in this deck? Absolutely fucking nothing. This is the standard Gogeta. Now, when I saw SSB Gogeta topping, I was like, okay, this person must have found, like Infamous must have found some insane spice that we have all missed. No, it's just Gogeta. And that's even fucking more impressive. That's even more impressive. Congratulations. Man is running 4 copies of the SR. Most lists run like 3 or 2. It's just full Gogeta commitment. He's even running the Gogeta SER. Man. And then like the only what I would call like spicy quote unquote inclusion is the baby. The rest is just things that you see in the Gogeta decks, and it worked perfectly and got 13th place. Absolute congratulations. I am speechless. Absolute congratulations. Then we have the Big Iron Broly by Fasundo. It is the big, similar to Nuova, it is the Big Iron Broly. It's the deck that has been solved. So, yeah, the only interesting inclusions are one thwarting, just to prevent your leader from opponent's leader from swinging multiple times. And it's a free negate. And 2 copies of Divine Transformation, so the deck goes up to 5 energy sometimes. I mean, it has to because of the cooler. And then we have the Z deck, and finally the side deck here. Congratulations. And now my probably favorite one, Colt 45's Super 17, fucking red Super 17 appears. Jesus Christ. I can retire happy now. So we have 4 copies. I think there are people putting 2 in the deck. This is the Gogeta situation again. It's been like, nah, I'm gonna play 4. 4 copies of the SR. 2 copies of the other one that can gain crit. Only 1 Beast Gohan. A full commitment of 4 of everything. The SSB Vegito SER here. This one is amazing. This one is really amazing. 3 of the Gokus, 3 of defeating the demons, the thing that a lot of people miss. This card costs only 1 energy in this deck because you set up the Z extra for free. 2 copies of the newest promo, and then basically 4 copies of Son Gohan Ultimate Essence. This is amazing. I need to run this. I don't know how I missed this, man, like insane. Because you draw, because you combo with skills negated. Then we have the Z deck here and the side deck. I'm happy. I'm so happy. Congratulations. And then finally 16th place, Big Rigs, Aegis Gogeta. Checking it out quickly. Well, it's Aegis Gogeta. I mean, that mostly talks about the skill of the player to actually manage to get top 16 with Aegis Gogeta. New inclusions are just Boos here, and the rest with Broly's, and then the rest is pretty standard. We have the Z deck here, and finally the side deck. So guys, those were the deck lists. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. What's your opinion on the NA Regionals breakdown? Is there something here that surprises you? Why am I even asking? I know that there are things here that definitely surprised you, surprised me as well, but let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And while you're here, hit those like and subscribe buttons, help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.